Right, I would like to talk about the human brain. One of the subjects and one of the parts of the human anatomy which has um, baffled the scientists, the medics, the philosophers throughout ages is the idea of this human brain. That this substance, which is literally, I've worked on it, you can, if you get a bit of a brain and you just squeeze it between your fingers, it's literally fat and water. And you can actually squeeze it and you can break it up. You can smash it between your fingers. That how come this substance, which is so simple and delicate, have such a profound effect? How humans, how the system works, and what the scientists are trying to do is to work out the synapses, the neuron, the nervous connection between the brain and the nervous system, which are called the neurons. And there are billions and billions and trillions of these neurons. How can this simple substance has been the seat of so much emotion, feelings, literature, art, science? But because the scientists are very much yang and they don't think about the yin, the energy, they don't understand that the human brain is based on the principle of Daoism. And I said before earlier that humans stand at the junction of heaven and earth, and the brain, the head, is connected to heaven. So there is a lot of knowledge. Now, the brain itself has got three parts. The right part is the yang, is the mechanical, is a computer. So brain, part of it is a computer. But the other part, the yin part, the left side, or in the left side mainly, is emotion. Well, people might say no, every part of a brain has got a different section. But generally, from the acupuncture and the energy point of view, the right side is the right side of the body is yang, the left side of the body is yin. The right side of the body is male, the left side of the body is female. And when you work, we both have male and female within us. So when I work on a patient, I use either the right side or the left side or the different side, depending on the situation. Some acupuncturists said no, it doesn't matter. But if you want to really go into details, you got to right and left. So generally, from the acupuncture energy point of view, the Daoist point of view, the right side of the brain is yang, the left side of the brain is yin. The right side of the brain is the computer, is a machine. The left side of the brain is seat of the emotion, feeling, energy, spirit, yin yang. And when they combine the two together, the yin and yang together, the physical side, which is on the right side, and the emotional side, which is on the left side, you create this holistic. And then when the energy, the soul, the spirit comes through this combination of yin and yang, between the right and the left, and when they combine together, it creates chi, it creates life. The spirit then is allowed to come through the third part, through the brain. So brain is the true representation of a Tao in the human body. The computer, the machine, and the energy, and when you combine them together, you create spirit. So there is part of a brain which is what is known as a lizard brain, the early brain, the primitive brain. So we have that primitive brain there, but above it, as human beings, we have developed the cerebrum, which is sort of expands over the early brain, over the primitive brain, over the lizard brain. So if you look at the brain development, it's quite interesting how the cerebrum gradually overrides and overcomes, not overcome, but anatomically grows over that primitive brain. So some people are still at that primitive brain, which is survival, eat, sleep, and survive. And then you have that energetic brain, the spiritual brain on top. So the brain representation of the Tao, the yin and the yang and the qi. Now, because the scientists are very baffled with this idea of brain and how does it work, they're trying to analyze every single molecule, every single synapse to see how it works. But they're just wasting their energy, they're wasting their time, because its energy changes. It's not fixed for everything. So they've done spend billions of computer memory trying to work out the little synapses inside. But that's just, you gotta let it go, because even with the rats that they did it on, it changes every second, every day, every minute, because as we think differently, as the energy flows differently, it will changes. So again, they're going to use a machine, a computer, to work out the spirit, the soul, the energy, the emotions. But because they don't understand the yin and the yang and Tao, they're baffled, and they're getting more and more confused, and they're going to spend more and more money on it and more computer power, but they're lost.